friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie or Cakes, and I really just feel good today, and I'm in the fall vibes all the way, so I really just wanted to do a fall look today. I actually already put on my primer. I started using my Joa Heal Me Sika Blurring and Cooling Primer. It kind of separated inside the bottle because I held on to it for so long, but I did just shake it up and use it. It still has a very nice cooling effect, but not as much as the mint cooling face primer that e.l.f. had a really long time ago. That one was still a bit more mintier, but this one has a very nice faint mint. It doesn't smell bad either, so I think it's fine. And all I did was shake it up and it was okay. But I'm going to follow up with my e.l.f. Power Grip in some spots that need a little bit of help. My skin has already started to get quite dry because of the changing weather, and it just happened so quickly. Like, we're already getting freezing warnings, which is crazy to me. But yeah, I am doing my best to just take care of myself and my skin. And after this, I will have another video coming very soon where I just show you guys my product empties and then products that are about to be empty because they're like halfway or less than half. And I'm excited for that because I might surprise some people with some of the products that I'm getting rid of that I just I either don't use it anymore and it's too old for me to give away or sell, or it smells really, really bad and it's time for me to let it go. Right, we've got that out of the way. Let me go grab my big mirror and then we will continue with actually the eyeshadow. Actually, I decided instead of the eyeshadow, I want to do my brows first. So we are just going to do that. I'm going to use my spoolie to raise them up. I've been trying to cut them more angular again, and every single time one eyebrow ends up more angular than the other eyebrow, and I'm just like, oh, what do I do now? I'm using my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in, it's like a dark brown or black brown. I'm just gonna fill in very sparsely. I used to carve my brows out in a way with a Maybelline eyeliner pot. It was my favorite thing ever, but I threw it away because it was really old and I just haven't been out to replace it just yet. And also, I kind of like the more natural bushy brow look than I did before. Never thought I'd say that. Pretty good, pretty good. Am I going to get it to match? Probably not. Okay, we're going to stop right there. We're going to be using my e.l.f. Shape and Stay Brow Pencil, which is just wax. These are both almost empties that will be featured in the other video that's going to come soon. I do feel like the wax kind of stole a little bit of the color off. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let me fill it back in. Kind of. Okay, that is good enough for me. Let me zoom you guys in. I've picked a palette today, which also might surprise people. So for today's look, I've actually picked my Profusion and TMNT palette because I did a look yesterday that was very berry. I did have to reach into another palette, which is fine, But I used this shade and I used this shade, and it ended up looking really, really nice. So I want to see if I can maybe recreate the look, but only with this palette, which may not be possible because most of the shimmers aren't, there's no like champagne shimmer, so I may reach into another palette. But for now, let's get started. For primer, I'm actually going to be reaching into my Revolution Super Base. I haven't used this in quite some time. I've really just been using LA Girl Pro Conceal. Oh yeah, now I'm remembering kind of how watery this consistency is. It's going to crease very soon. I know that some people powder down. I do not do that, so I'm really just going to tap it in until it is a bit more dry and tacky. Okay, so first I'm going to start with this lighter pink right here. I am using a pretty fluffy brush to kind of trace out where I want to lay down the color, and then I will go back in with a packing brush to pack on more of the color. Yep, eye is already starting to crease, but that's fine. Okay, so I think I actually want to go in with, there is that deeper berry, but then there's also a straight up purple. And I actually kind of think I want to use all three. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go in with that deeper berry first. This one right here. With that same slightly big, puffier brush. I'm going to start blending it into that pink. Oh, my brother increase. Oh my God. It's kind of working. It's kind of my vision, kind of. Adding some more of that deep shade in. I'm gonna dip back into that lighter shade just a little bit. They do blend together pretty well, so I am really happy about that. But the shape is not quite right. Okay, so I actually think I want to try that deep purple again. Not again, I want to try this deep purple to see if I can deepen up this outer corner even more. I am going to be using a clean brush though, and a small brush as well, because I don't want to do too much. Let's try this brush. What do we think? Is it working? Just want to put it under my crease, like where the fold is. Okay, for a shimmer, I think I'm just gonna go in with the purple one. Let me swatch both of them and see what I want. Oh, that's not very good. I think this was also my least favorite shimmer. Let me try this dark berry. Yeah, that one already feels better. Oh, swatch is better too. Tiny bit of a shift in there. That's pretty. I'm gonna go with... I don't even know if the purple one is going to apply well to the eye. I'll try it anyway. But yeah, for someone, this one kind of already feels hard pan, which I don't like that. Like, it'll go on. Oh, I don't like that. Let me try this deep one. I'm just gonna put it right on top. I don't hate that. You can also kind of see the purple peeking through, so let's just replicate. Like, it applies to the eye nicely, but just trying to pick it up on my finger is not good. And that's the only shade that I've had that problem. Go on top. Okay, I can see so much wrong. This is a trust the process, okay? And I also accidentally got some deep blue on my... Oh no! Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I will be right back because I need to wash my hands. Okay, so I went and I washed my hands. I took a look at it. I hated it. I used too much of the light pink instead of just having it as like a transition shade. So what I did is I actually went on top of all of that light pink with the dark, with this like dark berry that I'd been using. So I went all over it with this, and then I covered up where that dark shade was with the dark purple, and then I also used a little bit of this deep set blue to kind of deepen up that outer corner even more. And I accidentally rose it up a little bit too much, like it's sitting right underneath my eyebrows, which I don't really like to do anymore, but we learn. We learn, we grow, we thrive. I'm going to try and clean it up with some of this e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It is in Deep Chestnut. I don't know if that helped that much, but you know, that's fine. I'm gonna try and do the same for the other eyebrow. I do need to fill in my brow just a little bit because I kind of lost some of it. Okay, so that's a tiny bit better, just a little. I think I want to go in with just a little bit more of the shimmer. And just to add a little bit more contrast, I'm actually going to go in with a shimmer. I'm going to go in with this one right here. I wish that purple shimmer was better. Like, that's the only one that I can say for sure was disappointing, because I think it's already hard panned. And with my finger, I'm going to take a little bit more of that shimmer and just have it right where it meets that deepest shade. I really love adding a pop of color that way. It's not necessary at all, but I just feel like doing it. And I'm gonna go on top of it with just a little bit of that dark berry to kind of tone it down a little bit. Okay, I think I like that way better than whatever it is I was doing before. I do think this is giving more witchy. I also feel like the shape, since I kind of changed it, I can't tell if the shapes match anymore. This is my problem. I get so stuck in the smaller details. It's good enough. We're gonna move on to the face products. Okay, so going in with an almost empty, it is one of two foundations that I have left. It is the Revolution IRL Filter in F14. This is an almost empty. I'm really glad to be rid of it. I'm not buying it again. They just don't have my right undertone. Like, the shade itself would have been fine if the undertone was fine, but the undertone is not right. Just gonna kind of take this big brush. I usually don't use this for foundation, at least not anymore, but it will still get the job done. Like, I feel like it looks great on camera, but in person, I can just tell that it's not right. I am gonna miss the formula though, because I do think it's really, really like light on my skin, and you saw how many pumps I used. It's buildable. It covered up my like hyperpigmentations. It covered up my mole. It covered up my mole. Like, I do love the formula, but the color's just not exact, and I don't think I should have to use that when I can find something that is exact. Okay, I'm going to be going in with my favorite concealer, which is also almost empty, e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Deep Chestnut. I would rebuy this, even though it does have a thicker formula than I prefer, but it just, I think it's pretty good. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm lazy, I'm sorry. Actually, it's a little too much stippling. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this Real Technique Deluxe Crease Brush. I'm not going to blend too much on the tip of my nose because I do want the highlighter to pop. This is what my base is looking like. I do think everything blended out really well. If I want to do that little spotlight that I like to do, then I would use something like my Kimchi or my Maybelline Fit Me in 20 Sand. Actually, it's right here. So let me use a little bit of that. This is also going to be decluttered in the next video because it's basically empty. Okay, tip on my nose. Just gonna kind of press it in and move it around just a little bit because I don't want it to go too far. Okay, I may have added a little too much on this side, and I do want to match, so I'm going to add one more little dollop on this side. Okay, that's pretty good. I did lose some of that shimmer on my under eye, so I'm going to add that back in. Okay, I'm not really going to do anything else to my under eye. I am just going to powder down right now using my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder and a little triangle puff. A little on my chin and a little on my forehead. also going to use a big brush to kind of brush away some that I put on my chin. I've only got a little bit of fallout, which is crazy considering all of the purple that I was using and like that deep berry. None of that caused fallout. It was just the shimmer that I put on my under eye caused a little bit of fallout. Okay, so next I'm going to be doing highlighter and blush. Okay, so my Creme Shop Mon Cheri blush in French Kiss is still the deepest one that I have, so I think it goes with this look a bit better. So we're just going to do that. The brush that I use to kind of take away a little bit of that pressed powder, I'm going to use for my blush. There we go. I had to layer up quite a bit, but that's okay. This is still one of my favorite blushes to this day. Gotta get my nose. And whenever I add too much, like I feel like I may have added a bit too much blush, I just take a big fluffy brush and just start to run over it, and it will eventually blend out pretty nicely. Here's my big fluffy brush. Try and diffuse some of it. Do I think that it helped? A little bit. Okay, now we're going to go in with one of my favorite highlighters. It is from Glamlight, their collab with Scooby-Doo. It has a green and a like pinky purple, so I'm going in with the pinky purple, which is up top. I love it. I truly do. Of course, gotta get my underbrow. I do think that that's really, really pretty. I will not sleep on their highlighters, but everything else, if I could get it from somewhere else, I'm not going on Glamlight's website. It is what it is. Next, I am going to quickly do my lip. Of course, Colourpop and Shayla, I will use this until my dying breath or until it is finished. It is almost finished. I'm going to cover my top lip completely with this liner. Bam, so top lip completely covered, and I'm just going to go in with like a super glittery topper. So I now have two purples. This is from Wet n Wild when they did the Kuromi and My Melody collab. This is a very light purple, and then this is from Colourpop and Winx Club, Techna. This is a slightly darker purple topper, like glitter gloss. So I'm going to use Techna first, and then I'm going to go on top with Kuromi. Okay, there's actually not much left in the Wet n Wild and Kuromi, so I think I'm going to declutter that next video. The last thing I want to do is liner, mascara, and spray down, so we will be right back. Okay, so let me walk you through what I ended up doing after my camera overheated. So I decided that I actually did want to go on my under eye quite a bit. I used pencil liner today, no water liner, which is rare for me. So for my under eye liner, I used the Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Swerve. It's just black. And then for the top liner, I actually used my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Zero, which is also just black. And then I blended out the under eye Colourpop liner with both this berry that we used and then also with the deep purple that I used. I just lightly blended it out. As a matter of fact, you can actually barely see either color, but I do think it helped to diffuse some of the black because it was very strong. I actually want to go in with just a little bit more, and I can show you kind of the method that I used. It was lots of tapping down versus swerving back and forth because I didn't want there to be too much fallout. And because of my under eye bags, I just have to bring it lower and lower so that it looks more normal. Okay, you can actually see it just a little bit better. And then I want to add in some of that purple. Okay, I added in some of that purple as well. And you guys already know the second I lose some of that shimmer, I just go back in with more shimmer. I kind of want to try that purple, even though it's low-key hard pan. It's the only, again, it's the only shade in this entire palette that definitely disappointed me. I want to go over some of that silver with the purple. And again, the shimmers are the only thing that have a little bit of fallout. The colors themselves, there was fallout nowhere. And I was like, oh my god. So we are done with the palette. I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm just going to use my Rare Beauty mascara in black. Actually do use this quite a bit, and I feel like it's essentially empty, so it's probably also going to be decluttered in that upcoming video. But I would definitely buy it again. Let me spray down with my e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I love this. I love this. I just do. Did I use too much? Maybe. Alright, I am going to get changed into a fall time look and I will be right back to finish up this video. But this is what we're working with. How do I feel? Is this giving fall? Is this giving kind of witchy? I hope so. I feel glazed. I do actually really like the end result. I could have made it smaller, more closer to my lid. But again, that was just me overdrawing when I put down the eyeshadow primer. So this is the final look. I was going for like Grand Witch, especially with this top, which is all like crushed velvet. I've got the very long sleeves with a really cute pattern on them. I almost never get to wear this top, and especially with the cold weather coming in so quickly, I'm worried that I won't be able to at all during this fall season. So why not include it in a look, including my very big wide brim hat. Like, am I giving witch? Let me zoom you guys in so you can get kind of the full effect. This is what we're working with. This is the final look. Ooh. I'm kidding. But this is the final look. Thank you to everybody who stuck it out with me. How we got here, it was very much trust the process. Oh my goodness. All my links will be down in the description. We will have more beauty content coming for the fall season. I will be trying out all of my fall time spooky themed palettes once again this year. I still have about the same amount. I've definitely gotten rid of a couple, but I am happy to bring more looks to you guys. This makes me so happy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!